Start much. A Uline. The prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 38,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
If you thought you missed the lowest mortgage rates in history, you're in luck, because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering a low 15-year fixed rate at 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Incredible! Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Now, second chances don't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So, refinance it and forget it. That's a 15-year fix at 1.75%. Yes, 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Call the experts at Network Capital now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-501-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. Not licensed in all states. Visit NLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation. Financial law. Number 603 starting 7. Equal opportunity limit. 1 7 16 and may not be available law. This can't work for your fault. Subject to approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional information.
Hey, it's Steve Sharp. If you've decided to sell your house, I know it is tempting to just get it listed as is or even take one of those cash-out deals. But why sell yourself short when making just the right upgrades will maximize its sale value? You mean like flipping our own home, Dean? We don't have the expertise or the cash for that. I know, but my friends at Revive do. Revive knows exactly what to change, what to spend, and where to spend it. They'll manage everything for you and front all the costs. Yes, Revive fronts the costs. They get paid back from escrow, but the profit gained is all yours. How much profit? The average client makes over 200% profit on what Revive invests on their behalf. It's a no-brainer. Reach out to iloverevive.com today and see if your home qualifies. To make the most from the sale of your home, go to iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com.
Our 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival, the ultimate once-in-a-lifetime music event, is coming to the CW. The biggest stars from all genres of music share one stage.
Billie Eilish, Keith Swift,
Coldplay, Mary
Dua Lipa, J. Cole,
Journey, Khalid,
Lil Baby, Nelly,
Weezer, with special guests
Laura Dorian,
Walker Hayes, performances you've never seen before and will never see again. The 2021 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Watch this Saturday, 8 p.m. on February 5, this CW.
Portions of the following program will be recorded. If you won $4 million, would you come in tomorrow?
No.
$4 million?
No.
I think I'd still come in.
You stay at your job.
Yeah,
I know you stay.
I do a lot more swearing on the air.
Take more chances.
I'll be paying those fines.
The Tim Conway Jr. Show, weekdays at 6.
Yeah, you get 17 grand, but I'm going to use that F word here.
John Kent Show, John Cobalt and Ken Stamp, Kfi Am 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Well, are you okay? Nah, cut off my mic. Oh, I thought you were choking with you. All I know is you're on the floor there, just writhing, beating away. Oh, yeah, fine. You know what they say about older men? They're reluctant to get treatment for anything. Yeah, it'll go away. Leave it alone, I'll be fine. I think no doctors. I think it's true of all men. I never knew it. I never knew it. It gets worse as you get older. So, last August, a man in Illinois, in his 80s, now get this correct, he woke up and he found a bat on his neck. The bat was captured, they tested it, yep, it had rabies. He was told to start the rabies treatment and he refused. Well, guess what he said? He just died. It is the first human case of rabies in the state since 1954. Yeah, this is from the Illinois Department of Public Health. He eventually started experiencing symptoms associated with the rabies, neck pain, a headache, numbness, difficult controlling his arms, finger numbness, difficulty speaking, and he passed away because
He wouldn't take. I understand that what they call the post-exposure rabies treatment. I think it is shots. It's not pleasant.
I talked to a doctor once about this. Just a friend of mine happened to be a doctor. I don't know how he got on this. But he said in medical school, they have a question about whether you should get a rabies vaccine if you wake up and there's a dead bat in your room. And he said there's 17 possible answers on the exam. There's only one that's correct. Absolutely 100% you get a vaccine.
Yeah.
Because rabies is 100% safe. Nobody gets rabies and lives. Nobody.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You have to get the treatment.
Yeah, but you have to take the treatment immediately. Like within 24 hours or something.
Right.
And bats,
bats are the biggest carriers.
No, bats, even if they don't bite you, first of all, they have little tiny teeth and you might not notice a bite. But if they just leave a little saliva on you, it could leak into your system.
Well, how did you find all this out?
I talked to a doctor friend of mine.
Why? About bats?
Yeah, we started talking about bats and rabies and things.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And, but I mean, he said because it's 100% fatal, that you absolutely get the shot. And there's like a series of 4 injections to get a vaccine. But if you think you got bit by a bat, you have to take an immediate, like, anti-venom shot that day, separate from the vaccine.
I was playing tennis last weekend, and I looked up, it's fenced in. At the very top, it's pretty high up, well over 10 feet. There was a noise. It was like, so I looked at it, it was a squirrel. I said, oh crap, this rabbit's going to kill me. Oh yeah. It didn't, but it was staring at me and making that weird noise. And I was like, is it just want the tennis ball? Think they're nuts? It made me nervous.
Squirrels, raccoons.
Yeah, lots of rodents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animals are dead. Conway's here.
Hey now! Hey, is it possible that squirrel that was hissing at you is like a real left-wing Democrat? Far left-wing?
Why did you vote yes on the recall?
That's possible, right? They just don't know how to communicate.
It's a woke squirrel.
That's right. Blake's always coming on. Huge news today in the Britney Spears world with the father and conservatorship.
Yeah, John's waiting for this. So what time is it?
Yeah, sure you're going to do that.
It's 6:05. How about that?
Yeah.
First story, John. See?
A lot of guys care about this.
It's huge.
That's a big guy story.
It's huge.
Yeah. Especially the older the guy is, the more he cares.
On Channel 4, they had, I think it was Channel 4, maybe Channel 7. It was breaking news. And they said, breaking news, right? Britney is going to get her money back or something like that. It's so great. The people that are all tied up with this are classic. They're really exactly some of the most interesting people.
John thinks that they're bringing in crowds on purpose.
Oh, those people are hired. Oh, okay. 25-year-old guy.
Right.
You know any 25-year-old guy at any time in your life who would spend the day in the hot sun cheering for Britney Spears to be free?
I know why. They're going down there to get the crazy shit. That's where they are. Right?
He's got an answer.
They're all sitting right in front of you. And you pick them off.
So if you show the sensitivity towards Britney, yeah, you're in.
Oh, yeah. You imagine it? You can go with any one of them. Right? And they all sort of look like Britney Spears too. They all dress like Britney Spears, and you have to deal with Britney Spears. And then we got one of the hot trucks, one of those dessert trucks. The guy's gonna come on and talk to us about that. And then,
well, look, guys gonna come on and talk about dessert trucks.
It's a great story. It's a great story. This guy.
I'm getting into that.
Yeah, this guy's great at 8 o'clock. And then we have the Powerball has reached 570 million.
Is it tonight? When is it?
No, I think it's not tonight. When's Powerball? Is it tonight? Oh, it's tonight? No, it's this time. Powerball, $570 million.
$570 million.
Wow.
I'm going to go.
If I won, the first thing I'd do is pay lawyers to keep all of you away from me. All of you. Right?
You can buy this place.
Oh, I would start swearing like a banshee on the air. Right? And then Robin would come in, I'd just give her a check for $1 million. I'd go, hey, can I keep doing this? She'd say, yeah, sounds good.
All right, good job.
In. tonight? Yeah, that is key.
All right, he's got to sit through this.
Hey, that Britney Spears story, I know you don't like it, Holly. It's first up. Look, anytime you can do a story that has that many crazy people involved, you got to do it.
All right.
Because the crazies love it, and then the people who think they're crazy love it. It's a win-win. Big dog.
Yes, you're right. Big dog. Can't wait next. Gordon's got the news. KFI, KFC, Los Angeles, Orange County, live everywhere in the iHeartRadio app.
Just because John Colbert wants to know, I'm Michael Crozier, live from the KFI 24-hour news, and the judge has suspended Britney Spears' dad as conservator of her estate and put a temporary one in place.
Supporters of Britney Spears gathered outside the courthouse to voice their approval with the judge's decision.
It's baby steps. This is, oh my God, this is a huge victory from where we were before, so we can celebrate that small victory now.
The judge heard arguments from both sides before making her decision. She says the arrangement reflects a toxic environment. Spears' attorney Matt Rosengard says Spears' father will be formally removed shortly.
Jamie Spears and others are going to face even more serious ramifications.
The hearing has been set for November 12th to discuss completely ending the conservatorship. In downtown LA, Blake Trolley, KFI News.
This report brought to you by OPO Law. The LA City Council has delayed voting on an ordinance to require people to show proof of full COVID-19 vaccination to visit many indoor places. Councilman Joe Bush-Baena raised concerns about enforcement and uniformity with the county's vaccine requirements for business. The city ordinance would apply to restaurants, bars, gyms, shopping centers, and entertainment venues. The council will consider a second reading of the ordinance next week. The Orange County Board of Supervisors has approved 3 projects to ease traffic in the southern part of Orange County.
The agreement between the county, the Ocean Transportation Authority, and San Clemente includes a promise to protect open space and conservation easements in San Clemente from future major freeways. Supervisor Lisa Bartlett says the 3 projects approved yesterday are the best way to relieve congestion.
The Ortega widening project, fixing the 1.1-mile pinch point where it pinches down to 2 lanes. Continuation of the HOV lane on I-5 from Pico to the county line in San Diego. And then the Los Patrones Parkway extension.
She says South County is unique because there's only one freeway for traffic to flow through. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
That's Blink 182, in case you didn't know. The lead singer says he is cancer-free. Mark Hoppus was diagnosed a few months ago with stage 4 lymphoma. He says he feels so blessed for all the support he's gotten. Lawmakers now only have 2 days left to approve a bill that would fund the government until December 3rd. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis says Republicans in the Senate voted down a current bill to fund the government this week.
This has far-reaching consequences. The most immediate are furloughs of government employees and the ripple effects those have.
President Biden canceled a planned trip to Chicago so he can keep working with Congress on his infrastructure deal. Dozens of trade groups have criticized the Biden administration over a proposal that would require banks to give the IRS bank account information for all accounts holding more than $600. As part of Biden's plan to try to catch wealthy tax cheaters, the trade groups argue the requirement would target almost every American. House Ways and Means Chairman Richard Neal says he and other Democrats are planning to scrap the $600 figure and set a higher threshold. America's top military leaders have testified before the House Armed Services Committee about the troop withdrawal in Afghanistan.
In my view, was no risk-free status quo option.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin told lawmakers the Taliban had made it clear if the U.S. had stayed in Afghanistan past the August 31st deadline, it would have attacked American forces. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the commander of the U.S. Central Command also testified before the House panel. And boxing legend Manny Pacquiao has announced his retirement. He says it's difficult to accept his time as a boxer is over. Pacquiao recently accepted his political party's nomination in the Philippines, where he plans to run for president next year. Check a crash in Irvine.
5 northbound at the 405. The transition to the 405 northbound closed due to that crash. Your stop from Lake Forest Drive. KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney SuperwomanSuperlawyer.com. Back to Long Beach we go with Mike O'Brien. And better news here, Dave. 405 northbound is about 2 to Baker, just a little past the 605. They've cleared out of the carpool in the left lane. It's in a recovery mode. It had cocks flowing all the way to Orange County, way back to Costa Mesa, starting about Harvard Boulevard. Also been affecting the 22 westbound out of Garden Road there, starting around Magnolia. Now, also, we have troubles on the other side of the fence in Milwaukee. 405 southbound at Santa Fe. Looks like the lane still blocked there. Getting very tough on that stretch from the 105. If we do an accident, visit SuperwomanSuperlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm James Joseph.
I'll tell you how much heat next.
All right, let's talk about Sunday, right? You want to sell your home and you want to do it quickly without any hassle, right? Like everything else in life. And if you go the conventional route, you got a lot of people get involved with your life. You're going to have realtors, you're going to have showings, cleaning, you got to make upgrades, that can be expensive. You just want to get the hell out. Right? I totally understand. And you want to do it quickly. You can call Sunday, they're going to come by, do a 3D walkthrough. They're going to look at your house, take photos, send it off to their investors, and then they're going to, and then the next week you get 12 different offers. Look, you can always say no, but maybe you can also say yes, right? Maybe there's another 40, 50 grand in there you didn't know about. You're like, woo, I'm out of here. Show me the money, right? They give you a check, you give them the keys, and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to cut the grass or sweep up the floors. Nothing. They do everything. So phone them up and see what the offer is, right? Just see what the offer is. Maybe you like it. 825 offers. Plus, they give you a $20,000 cash advance when you sell with Sunday. I've not heard any other company do that. Sorry. I listen to a lot of radio. I watch a lot of TV. I've not heard another company offer that. So that's why Sunday is the go-to company. SUNDAE.com. Sunday.com. 825 offers. 825 offers. Sunday's a California licensed real estate broker. The area license number 020888298.
The Delta variant is making COVID-19 spread faster and more easily. Variants can be more contagious, aggressive, and deadly. But we know vaccines work. Vaccinated Californians have greater protection against serious illness, hospitalization, and death. We can help stop the spread and end this pandemic. Get vaccinated and wear a mask when it can protect you and others. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Your KFI Money Report brought to you by Baylon. The Dow was up 91 points today. NASDAQ was down 34. S&P up 7. The average price of regular gas in California is still $4.39 a gallon.
With a range of commercial fire and security solutions, Baylon can protect it all with just one call.
Southline lows from KFI mostly clear tonight. Lows in the mid-50s. Cleared about 15 degrees. Hotter tomorrow. Probably the hottest day of the week. Highs around 80 at Beaches, 90 metro area, Orange County, 100, maybe above that, some areas Inland Empire and the Valley. Then down about 5 degrees on Friday, and then like that, pretty much through the weekend. Right now, Lake Forest 73, Fountain Valley 69, Marina Del Rey 67, Manhattan Beach 67 degrees. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Michael Crozier.
Wait. Where's it going to be 100 degrees?
Inland Empire Valleys areas.
When?
Tomorrow?
You gotta be kidding me.
It's going to be a big jump tomorrow, 10 to 15 degrees hotter. It'll be the hottest day of the week.
I thought we were done with that.
Yeah, me too.
You know? 68 on Monday.
Friday and weekend will still be hot, but cooler than tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be ridiculous. Right on.
All right, I got a question for Crozier.
Oh?
Yeah, you're a construction guy, right?
A little bit, getting there.
You know, paint and hardware and stuff like that. Normally, I wouldn't do this. Wait, what time's Blake come on? 6:30, right? 6:30 for Blake?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that's time to do this. But I normally wouldn't start like this, but I had a psychiatrist years ago when I thought I was crazy, and I went for 7 sessions and then I quit. I figured because I actually figured she was crazier than I was, so I'm out. But one thing she did say is you can't hold things in. That's how you get sick in life, when you hold things in your whole life. You can get cancer, you can get a lot of physical illness when you constantly bury things. So, because I don't like cancer and I don't want to get it, I don't want to bury it. But I was so pissed off today, and I gotta ask Crozier what you would do, okay? Because you're a handyman, a jack of all trades, right?
All right, sure.
By the way, do you know the whole saying when it comes to a jack of all trades? There's more to it. Jack of all trades, what is it?
Master of none.
Okay, but that's half of it. You know the rest of it?
No.
Jack of all trades, master of none, but master of none is better than a master of one. Right? It's a compliment to a guy who's a jack of all trades. And they always leave the back end of that compliment off. It's, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but a master of all is better than a master of one.
Oh, master of all.
Master of none.
Wait a minute. Jack of all trades is a master of none. right?
Jesus.
But a master of, but a jack of all trades is better than a master of one. That's what it is. And so I like the jack of all trades. I like a guy that can do a little bit about, a little everything. And that's you, right?
That's my philosophy in life.
Okay. You can do a lot of things well, but you don't have one thing that you do that's out of this world. Like when you paint, it's great, but it's not unbelievable.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay? All right, so I'm painting my daughter's room, and I'm very meticulous with it, with, taping, because my dad always said, double up the prep work, and
you'll have the finish work.
and you won't be pissed at the end.
Yes.
Right? But do a lot of prep work before you paint. And I'm taping, and I'm, with exact corners and all that stuff. And the crown molding, so I'm taping the ceiling and the walls, right? A lot of tape. There you go. Tons of tape. Nice. With that frog tape. And then I get the drop cloth everywhere, right? I don't want anything on the carpet, the entire place. Furniture's covered, everything. It takes a day to prep it. Then I get paint. And I go to a local paint store instead of a hardware store because I want the expertise of a guy who owns a paint store. Okay. So I go to a paint store, and you pay a lot more, but the guy has knowledge of what you're doing and what kind of paint you should use.
You're paying for the expertise.
That's right. Exactly right. Crystallize my thoughts. So
Because
I get 2 gallons, and I think I can knock the room off with 2 gallons. And I'm getting close. I'm getting close. I'm like, you know what? I still got to paint the ceiling. I need another gallon. So I take I go in. They have me registered at the paint store, and I said, I need another gallon of what I had, last week. And I've only been to the paint store twice in my life. Once to get the paint, and the second time to get an extra can. That's it, right? And he gives me the can, and today is touch-up day, right? So I do the entire room with touch-ups. I do the ceiling, and I walk away. I come back about an hour later. It's not flat paint. It's high gloss.
The color's right, but the sheen is off.
The sheen, it looks like, it looks like a concert in there. It looks like every one of those spots is a light, and the sun's reflecting off it. So now I got to paint the entire room again, right? And my blood was boiling. Because I went to the store to ask them, and I paid a little more because I wanted their expertise. I don't know much about paint. Just give me the same thing I had on the piece of paper. And then I figured this, after I knew it was 2 different paints. These aren't paint experts.
Yeah.
These are paint experts are painting. Yeah. These are guys that are just, working at a store because they need the money. And I'm like, Christ, I don't know how I got screwed like that. So anyway, I want to ask you, Kroger, if you were me, what would you do next? Now that the room looks like, it looks like a leopard. It looks like like tiger stripes or leopard stripes everywhere. There's patches everywhere.
So the newer paint that you got.
What is the gloss?
Was all touch-ups in the ceiling?
All touch-ups in the ceiling. So I got to paint over, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's really not much you can do about it. I guess the good thing is all your taping still up? Is all the taping?
No.
Okay.
Well, a lot of the tape came down.
Well, look, essentially you're talking about the ceiling for the most part.
No, the ceiling and the walls, because all the walls have patch.
Right, but it's just patchwork and stuff on the walls.
Right. Yeah. But it drives me crazy that
that's a lesson.
And it's my lesson, right?
Yeah.
My lesson and my point here for the future, and for people listening right now, I didn't know this, but now I do. When you get a new gallon of paint, put a patch on the wall, let it dry, walk away, and then come back and see if it's the same paint. And I didn't do that.
And if nothing else, at least double check that the labels are all the same when you get the new one home.
The labels were exactly the same.
Exactly
the same. Yeah.
It didn't say high gloss on it?
No. So somebody screwed up.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'd go back there and, there's not much you can do about fixing it, because that's just got to be done.
I don't want to yell at the kid. I don't want him to cost him his job. Like for instance, one other tip that they have you do a lot of times is I don't know how much it really would affect how much your problem, but when you still have some left in the other can and you brought a new can, try to mix it all together.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That way, if there is any sort of differences between the two, you're
That's a great
taking
idea.
it all together.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Especially if you're doing like a how much do you have left of the original paint?
None.
Oh,
None. I emptied it. And I'm painting with my wife, and that leads to problems too because
that's its own thing.
Because we get on the first day you paint with your wife, it's great. Right, you feel like you're 22 again, getting your own apartment, painting the ceilings. You get some on your nose, and she wipes it off, right? And you're just sort of like this new couple. Day 2 painting with her. Holy Christ! Oh, bubble!
Right, Jen and I painted the side of the shed this weekend, and it's she doesn't. A lot of times she doesn't like doing things like that with me because I'm so OCD that anything that she does, I'll go back over.
That's what John does to me.
And I'm like, it's not a reflection of you, it's me.
That's great, dude. But Jen is my wife's a great painter. She's very meticulous and really, but it drives me crazy that there might be a drop of paint on the carpet. So I got to constantly look, and I'm like crazy. I'm just crazy. Like this is a good one. I was standing near the paint bucket, and she goes, "Here, give me a fresh roll up here. Roll it through and hand it to me." Yeah. So I roll it through and I hand it to her. I go, "Hey, there's a lot of paint on it. Start spinning, right? Hit that wall with it, 'cause that's gonna drip." And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Hit the wall with it real quick."
Yeah.
Oh, it dripped. It dripped. She goes, "I have a drop cloth on me."
That's exactly what happened this week.
15 minutes of quiet.
She's painting a plank, and she was hitting the corner, and I go, "Make sure you get that corner of yours. It's like all drippy over there. It looks like crap." Oh, you just do it. That's what I'm trying to do.
I would hate painting with the two of you.
Horrible. Get a lot of drinking in it. You would be responsible for anything.
It's just stressful.
Yes.
Painting with me. Painting with me is not fun, man. I'd go through about 10 different painting partners a year, right? Everyone just quit. I had to get out my chest because it drove me crazy, right? I mean, by the way, the paint store I went to is not Dunn Edwards. It is not Dunn Edwards. There's another paint store that I went to. You probably won't guess it, but I don't know, maybe you will. I don't want to bust their balls on the air, and I don't want to get the kid fired. I just want, a guy who knows what he's doing to help you out. I'm paying extra. Instead of $48 a gallon, it's $88, right? You pay a lot more.
You can get a refund, right? Would that make you feel better?
I don't think I'm going to repaint the ceiling.
No.
No, you're going to have to repaint it, but...
Yeah, I know. Refund, $88 doesn't mean much. Now I got another day of this,
Yeah.
Maybe Crozier will come over and paint it.
I'm sorry?
Somebody's got it.
You'd do it for him, wouldn't you?
How about day 3 with me and my wife? I got to videotape this.
Yeah, that's not going to be pretty.
This is going to involve she's going to bring a knife. All right. We're live on KFI, more with Crow.
The LA City Council's delayed a vote to expand proof of COVID vaccination for indoor public spaces. They'll look at it again next week. The United Nations says a blockade by Ethiopia is causing a hunger crisis similar to the 1980s, which brought about that whole Live Aid concert thing. Russian President Vladimir Putin has held his first in-person meeting since getting COVID-19 a couple weeks ago. He met with President Erdogan from Turkey. We'll check the 5 freeways next.
Well, would you like me to give you a $1,300 gift certificate for LASIK? Of course you would, right? It's only for KFI listeners, only from Dr. Manger, best doctor in the world, at Saddleback Eye Center. I wouldn't trust anybody else in the world. There's 7 billion people. I trust one guy, one doctor, Dr. Manger, at Saddleback. He's absolutely the best. I can only give away 10 of these $1,300 discount certificates for listeners who schedule a free LASIK exam. All you have to do is call this number. As John says, number coming shortly. Now, let's say your eyes are in great shape. Okay, you're young. But maybe your mom or dad or your grandma or grandpa doesn't see very well. Well, you can get one of these certificates and give it to them. It's like an early Christmas gift or a birthday gift, right? And it shows them that you love them because you want to make sure that their eyesight is great again.
So call up and get one and give it to somebody in your family who doesn't see as well as you do. $1,300 off right away. Just phone them up, right? 866-559-4444. 866-559-4444. 866-559-4444.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by D-Trans $4 rights to sell by.
The Rams made a roster move today by claiming linebacker Jameer Jones off of waivers from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Angels manager Joe Madden says that two-way superstar Shohei Ohtani will not pitch the rest of the season, but he will still hit. And the NBA won't pay unvaccinated players if they miss games because of local vaccination regulations. The Players Association is finalizing an agreement with the league on health and safety protocols. I'm Jimmy Happerin.
Want to see the Rams and Chargers without fighting traffic or searching for parking? Now you can with D-Trans new line 7X Stadium Express. Just $4 round trip to SoFi Stadium every Sunday. It's a real game changer. Learn more at ridedtrans.com.
Let's head out to a crash in Downey. 5 southbound before Paramount Boulevard. That crash blocks the center lane. You're stopped from Soto Street. Irvine, big trouble on the 5 northbound at the 405. The main line of that transition to the 405 north has been reopened from an earlier crash, but the truck bypass is still closed. You're stop and go from Lake Forest Drive. Also in Irvine, the 405 northbound before